Yeah, anyone want to belly up? This can all be changed. That is no problem.
Did you use an erasable pen?
Now that you've already filled out the surveys, they fill this out.
Okay, we're race car drivers. We can be bought. We can even be rented.
Put that in the comments.
For the wet dry, finishing on the podium with a P3 with a 28.90 was Drew. Let's hear it for Drew.
Yay! Go, Drew.
John, who finished second on the podium, only beat Drew by 0.02 of a second with a 28.88.
Wow.
Pretty much on top.
Wow.
And in a league of his own, at least in this particular exercise, the 28.37 was Zach.
Yeah, all right, Zach. Woo!
Okay, the timed runs. This was also down to hundredths of a second. The top 4 people were covered by 12 hundredths of a second.
Wow.
That's how close it was, after 26 seconds. And honorable mention, P4 missed the podium by 0.4 was Mitzi with a 26.18.
All right.
20 would have helped.
I'm the fastest woman here.
Fastest woman.
That's right.
P3, Christopher with a 26.14.
Yay.
Zach with the 26.10, once again on the podium for P2.
Yeah.
And John edges them all out by 4 hundredths of a second. 26.06.
Yeah. Woo!
Okay, the timed autocross.
Wow. What was that?
This is a little longer track, 32 seconds, right?
What was the second?
The first one we did this morning.
First one we did this morning on the far end.
What was the one he just did?
That was timed runs.
Let's get back on.
So,
Yesterday.
this was a tie for the final podium position between teammates, Chris and Bitsy, both down to the 100th of a second with a 32.62.
Luke.
That was tight.
It's the car.
Second place, Luke puts it on the podium with a 32.43.
All right, Luke.
Yeah.
And Drew, once again, 32.19, P1.
All right.
Brings it by little less than 0.3 of a second. That's how close it is after 32 seconds. Now, if you think about where you were when you started the day, if we were to do this exercise yesterday and kind of time you guys where would this have been? Probably 3 or 4 seconds a lap slower. So if you think about where you guys elevated to by just simple use of the eyes to a large degree and the proper line and the technique. And in some cases, I bet you these fast laps probably felt like you guys as the slowest laps because you were in such control and you were so precise. You didn't feel like the car was sliding around a lot. When you slide around a lot, it makes the car go slower. Really what you look for on a racetrack, which is what you guys were applying some of those principles here, is just a little bit of slip, maybe 5 to 10 degrees of slip to let the car turn so you don't have to add a bunch of steering and scrub the speed. So, well done.
Yeah, very good, very well done, guys. And very good point. You know, there's the only real difference, and I think I may have mentioned this yesterday, the only real difference between what we do on racetracks at 200 miles an hour plus and what we're doing out here is the speed. The techniques are the same. The eyes, the line, the smoothness, it's all the same. So the only difference is the speed. Yesterday morning we put a few goals up on the board, if you remember. That far back, we said we were going to be safe. That was our #1 priority. We got everybody back. I counted. All the cars are kind of in the same condition they left. We said it was going to be fun. Did you guys have some fun?
Yeah.
Did you have fun? Good, cool. We said it was going to be exciting. It was for the instructors. How about you guys?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And the last thing was we said it was going to be education. You think you learned some things here over the last 2 days? If you had to pick one thing, what do you think the most important thing that you picked up, that you learned as a driver, that's going to help you the most?
Nice.
Eyes, exactly. And that's really the deal. The eyes is it. You can have all the other ingredients, but if you're not looking where you want that car to go, it's all for naught. So, because it's a school, you're going to get a certificate. The BMW Performance Driving School Certificate. We hereby certify that your name has participated in the following car control school with outstanding achievement. And we pre-printed these last week, but we made it. For the most part. As far as you know, we mean. Yesterday and today's date, signed by Dangerous Danny G. Dan Gubatosa, he is the managing director here, and he's the guy that lets us do all this stuff that we do out here. Great guy to work with and work for. This is a very successful operation here within the BMW framework. They're very happy with what we do here, and we're pretty. You can see, I guess you can tell. You spent 2 days with us. We're pretty passionate about the cars. We're pretty passionate about instructing. We want you to get it. You know, we don't want to just herd you through here like a bunch of cattle. You know, we'll spend whatever time we need to with you. Sometimes we lean on you a little bit, but it's all so you'll get it. It's all meant with love, and you guys did an awesome job. And how about the instructors up here? What do you think of these guys?
Yeah. Woo!
That's one of the coolest things about this job is you get to work with the best guys there are. You can't get any better than that. So without further ado, here's Zach Schwartz. Where's Zach?
All right.
Let's hear from Zach.
Yeah.
Where's Bob? Bob Schwartz. All right, Bob.
Thank you, man.
And Garan. There he is. Ben Lee. Joe. Adami. Uh-huh. Jim Holt. All right. I remember seeing your brother Tim. Luke. All right, Luke. That's not true. I don't remember that. Busy.
Yay.
All right. Our favorite girl in the class. Andrew Elliott. All right, Andy. Drew. There you go, Christopher. Down at the end. There you go, John Bauer. Yeah, there you go, buddy. And Frank Veteran. Well done. Now, wait, there's more. Don't leave that. Most schools, they just say, okay, they just get out of here. Not us. This BMW, we got stuff for you. We have this satin-like plastic bag. It's funny.
You gotta wait through the.
We don't spare a little expense. In the bag, there's stuff. And the stuff in the bag, a couple of you, we talked a little bit about the different schools that we do. The most important school is that school you two are in right there, the teen school. Guys, if you got a young one in your life, get them someplace where they can learn some skills. There's way too many kids out there getting hurt, and worse, unfortunately, they know how to get in trouble, but they really don't know how to get out of trouble. And BMW actually subsidizes that school. The 2-day school is $895. It's the best $895 you'll ever spend. Because we teach the kids, they learn basically the same skills you guys learned over the past 2 days. The only difference being we don't put them on the stopwatch. What you saw them doing up here, that's their end of the school, kind of their graduation deal, where we put them through a challenge course. There's no time, it's not a timed event, but it's a challenge course where if they hit cones, they get penalties, things like that. And that's the competition we do with them. We don't do any time runs with them. But what they learn is they learn a whole lot about car control, common sense, and a little bit of confidence. We don't make them overly confident to where they start getting dangerous, but you do have to have some confidence when you're driving, that you guys know. So anyway, that's the most important school we do. Everything else is kind of in the brochure here. There's a website. If you're not a car control, or you're not a car club member, you should be. You don't have to own a BMW to join the club. And if you ever do go to buy a BMW, you get a 15% discount. It's what is it, $2,500 up to $5,000 or something discount on cars. If you want to come back and do another school, you get a 15% discount there. You get discounts on all kinds of stuff. Plus, you get to go to a lot of cool events that they put on. Very active car club, BMW CCA online, BMWCCA.com, Car Club of America. So. Join it. It's $48 a year or something. Is it? What is it? 48?
It's about
55 now? Yeah, so it's the best $55 you'll ever spend. And look here, we have for you. And let's see, one size fits 3 of you. The rest will have to shrink to fit, and they all come extra large. right, that's an M5 going around the skid pad sideways. You could get this at the market here, at the little store, but this next thing you can't buy anywhere. And it is the official BMW
Ooh.
Performance Center Driving School cap.
Ah, ooh.
BMW Performance Driving School across the Sandwich Mill here. It's embroidered on the back of the hat. Also the BMW Roundel, that's the logo, the company logo. And on the side is the palmetto tree and the crescent moon, which is the state symbol for the state of South Carolina. That's the state flag. So if you see somebody out in public wearing this hat, make sure it's got this on the side, and it's not just a cheap imitation, all right? Give them a little secret handshake, give them a little hug, we'll see what the restraining order's all about. We'll be, you know, what did was hug the guy. Because they're brothers and sisters in driving. They've been to the school. If they got this hat, they've been to the driving school. Always lie about your lap time. All right? But the way to do it is you got to ask them first. You go, hey, what'd you turn on lap time? And they'll go, oh man, I turned like a 24/7. Really? Well, that's pretty good. They'll say, well, what did you turn? I turned a 20 flat, and it was raining that day. They said something about me being the best they ever saw. You know, I don't know. I never made it crazy, but you got to ask them first. So everybody will get one of these bags. And